I'm going to bring on next is our councilwoman in the city of Newark, Mildred Crump. She's going to welcome all of you to the city. So let's give her a hand as she comes to welcome all of you to the city of Newark.
Thank you, Reverend Bartley. How many of you really believe in no justice, no peace? We should give no one should have peace until we have justice for the family of Trayvon Martin and all the other murdered young people in the city of, actually around the state of New Jersey. So that's a statewide motto. No justice for people in Trenton. No justice for people in Camden. No justice for people in East Orange until we have justice for everyone. I am so happy to see so many of you out here today. You know what? People are whispering in our ears over the last few days, saying nobody is coming. Only a few are coming. But I want to tell you, we serve a God who said, everybody get up off your stuff and get down to Broad and Walnut to protest an injustice. And so I welcome you, all of you, on behalf of the city of Newark. Hi, Stephanie. I'm sorry. We need to have her come up and sing. I'm not going to do that to her, though. We have leaders from across this state. And so we welcome you with open arms. When we leave here, we have a charge to keep. And so we're coming together. We're uniting in purpose. Thank you very much. And I look forward to communicating with you in the future.
Thank you, Mother Crump. Also, I want to get some housekeeping business squared away here today. I want it to be known, number one, we're here rallying. This is a peaceful rally. This rally is peaceful. This rally is showing the country that we can come together peacefully. In the state of New Jersey, I've not been aware of any incidents or anything happening. We've come together peacefully. And when we leave, we will leave peacefully. But we'll have our orders as to what we're going to do. Secondly, our main purpose is to galvanize people all over the country to stand in front of the federal building to demand that the Justice Department pick up the case. Because originally, after the police department would not arrest George Zimmerman, the federal department stepped in. But once the state picked it up, they backed away. And so we're here today, since the state has done their judicial process by announcing that he was innocent on the manslaughter and the second-degree murder charge. We're saying to the Justice Department, Eric Holder and his staff, all the way to Stanford, Florida, that we want you to file civil rights charges that Trayvon Martin was violated his rights for him to go home. And we will continue to stand, we'll continue to cry out, no justice, no peace. And so again, remember that this is a peaceful rally. And we need you to tell others that are thinking anything other than peace that we're standing together, showing the nation, after listening to the President of the United States of America even talk about his own encounters as a young man going into the supermarket, being followed, walking by a car and hear the doors locked. This is a shame, and we have to stand and ask for justice. We have a generation that is coming up, my son, my daughters. I don't need them to be afraid as to where they can go. They're allowed to go anywhere in this country just like anyone else and to be treated just like anyone else. So we're standing here. We have organizations from all over coming together, pastors from all over, and we're standing and saying we're going to do what we need to do. And we're not going to stop here. July 28th, we will be at the Metropolitan Baptist Church, 149 Springfield Avenue. Pastor David just Washington. It will be Martin Luther King III along with Reverend Al Sharpton and others from all over the state of New Jersey, galvanizing, organizing, so that we can send a message to this country by sending hundreds and hundreds and thousands of buses to Washington this year on behalf of the 50-year anniversary of Dr. King. The dream has not been fulfilled. This is the continuation of the dream, and we're not going to stop until justice has been given to everyone in this country. No matter what color your skin is, no matter how you look, justice for one, justice for all. I'm going to ask now, I want to save the best for the middle part, which is Larry Ham. He's going to be our keynote speaker for today. And so I'm going to ask, in this order, I'm going to have Bishop Donald Hilliard to come and give words. Following Bishop Donald Hilliard, we're going to ask Dr. Guy Campbell to come and speak. And following that, we're going to have NAACP George Gore. He will speak and announce the Vice President of the NAACP. And then we're going to put some women in here as well. Amen. We have Councilwoman who heads up the Irvington chapter of the National Action Network. Nibby Jones is here, President of that chapter. Amen. Amen. Bishop Donald Hilliard, will you come?
Thank you, Reverend Bartley. We are here today as leaders of every faith. I'm not here today to profile, and I'm sure you're not here to profile in 100-degree weather, but we're here today to make a statement. Pastor Jones has led us in prayer. In the book of Nehemiah, Nehemiah returns to Jerusalem and sees that the walls are torn down and challenges the people to rise up and build. Today we are challenged all over the nation to rise up and rebuild the walls that are torn down around our community. We are challenged today to seek justice on behalf of those who have not received justice. We're here today to pray. We're here today to walk in peace. So when we say no justice, no peace, make sure we're very careful. Because if there is no justice, we will not activate ourselves in an undignified manner. What we've seen with Mr. and Mrs. Martin Gerard's parents, we've seen dignity, we've seen grace, even in the midst of unfairness and injustice, and we will not denigrate ourselves to behave in a spirit of violence in any way, shape, or form. No justice, more prayer. No justice, more protest. No justice, more participation. And we must now not be here today to profile. It's a good thing to be here. We're here today to protest. Somebody say protest. Protest. Somebody say pray. Pray. But after we prayed and after we protested, we must participate in our own deliverance. This is now the time for us to stop depending on other folks to do for us what we must do for ourselves. Reverend Bartley has made it very clear. We need to write Attorney General. We need to make sure our voices are heard in Washington, our voices are heard in Trenton, but we also need to make sure our voices are heard among the institutions and the organizations and the churches of which we are leading. This is a very tragic time for the African American community. But like our ancestors before us, we have come over a way that with tears has been watered. And the God of our weary years and the God of our silent tears is still the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that God is the God who will bring us out. And that is the God who will make a way out of no way. So I want to challenge you to pray. I want to challenge us to pray. Challenge us to walk in peace. Challenge us to protest, to keep the pressure on. They are expecting us to, like so many other times, just kind of let this go. There may be an influx of drugs in the community to kind of, make folk just, blow their lives away with marijuana and blow their lives away with liquor and drinking and acting a fool. But we're going to keep the pressure on until there's a change. But do what you can in your arena. Finally, we are called to participate in our own peace so that we together might have progress. Find yourself mentoring some child. Our children don't need us here to protest if we're not going to take time to mentor our children. We need to reinvigorate our Sunday school program. We We need to get our youth programs back. We need to stop the funeral by any means necessary. We need our brothers to show up as ushers and security members and choir members, whatever your church, denomination, whatever it is you come from. We need men in every place to stand up and show up, and only then can we make a difference. Amen. I want to close today with these very words that Dr. Benjamin Elijah Mays often said. We only have 1 minute, only 60 seconds in it. We didn't seek it, we didn't choose it. It was thrust upon all of us. We can't refuse it. We will suffer if we abuse it, and we will give an account if we lose this moment. We only have one tiny little minute.